very formal.
I know, but we can't see.
Okay, so we are here tonight. We're having a zine release for When Language Runs Dry and a discussion on chronic pain and illness and issues of care and support around chronic pain and illness. So if anybody's here for the event, we have one more chair left up here, and we have a comfy yoga mat and some pillows down here too. If folks want to come and hang out on the floor if that's easier for them. So just a couple of things. This event is the first of a series that we're doing right now until May. The rest of our events are going to be every second Thursday at Another Words bookstore. And the idea for us was that we realized that talking about care and support, we couldn't really talk about all of the things that have to do with care and support in one night, or we would be there for like 7 hours. So we decided that it would be easier to break things down into themes and then have the events monthly about specific themes. So the idea is that each event is about specific themes, but we realize that all of these different themes are connected together, and it's all kind of like in the same vein of care and support. So we really encourage folks to come to all the events because they all are going to interweave, and they're all going to be talking about some of the same issues, but maybe from a different perspective. And each one of them will have kind of like a practical application, so there'll also be fun learning for everyone. And so the next event that we're having is going to be about harm reduction, and it's going to be December 11th. We don't have flyers yet, but we will soon. We do have flyers, and they're in the back. So if you're interested in coming to that event, you can pick up the flyer. And then, the other thing, I'm going to read our safer space policy, and this version is in Spanish. The version is not in Spanish. It's in, yes. Okay. So we actually have a safer space policy. The Dicendro Collective intends to create a safe learning space at our events. We ask that participants consider how their language and behavior impacts others in attendance. We are striving for a community that is supportive and inclusive, one where we are able to communicate and to work effectively to resolve challenging situations. It will take the collective accountability and awareness of each of us to create this kind of environment. A support team will be available to address any issues that may arise during our event. If you find yourself needing support, please seek out members of our team who will be identified at the start of the event. So I'm going to have Jenna stand up, and Jenna is our support person for the evening. So she's here just to support anyone and any emotional needs that you have, any other needs that you need supported around tonight. She's here, so please feel free at any point to go and visit her, and she'll be here for the remainder of the event. And then that's pretty much it. So we're going to start with presentations by folks here. Some will be reading, some will be talking about the scene, and then we're going to have discussion, and at the end we're going to have kind of like a mini workshop, and we'll give everybody handouts. So that's kind of the agenda. So I'm going to hand it over to you guys.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Claire.
And we're just going to like read from the intro of the zine to sort of like introduce it. And the first part of it references this diagram. I don't know if any of you guys are dealing with chronic pain and have seen a doctor about it. You've probably seen one of these before. It's the diagram where you're supposed to sort of like draw where you're feeling terribly. And then there's about 80 words that you can pick from to describe the type of pain that you're having. So, you want to read it? Or do you want me to?
We can both read it.
Okay, I'll start. When doctors give patients the McGill-Melzick pain questionnaire to define, diagram, and describe their pain, they're asked to choose from a list of 78 words. This may seem like a lot, but for those suffering chronic pain, this list is still insufficient. The experience of pain is a wordless one in several ways. Pain is so consuming that it can dismantle language, limiting one's ability to speak to moans and groans. Words seem to fail in the face of such overwhelming distress. Pain also upends a personal sense of identity. When a person is no longer able to define themselves, their world, and their beliefs as they once did, an empty space remains. A lack of education and understanding in the larger culture can deepen this sense of speechlessness.
Chronic pain is defined as pain that persists for more than 6 months. It It is often mysterious and goes undiagnosed, but can stem from injury, illness, surgical complications, or can be an inherited condition. Because it is a condition that is invisible, pain often goes without treatment or validation. The chronic pain experience is not just about the physical sensations, but also has serious emotional and social implications.
Finding good information and meaningful dialogue about chronic pain can be challenging. Many of the resources out there are very clinical, too general, or are written from outside of the pain experience. There are few voices by folks with chronic pain and about their struggles and how they keep living as full a life as possible. This zine attempts to begin to fill the empty space with a diversity of voices telling their stories. We hope that by publishing these essays, people will feel a greater sense of permission to speak out. Further, we hope to create more community for those with chronic pain and their allies. And this is a project that is ongoing. This is just the first issue, so we hope that, like, if you guys have stories you want to share, that you'll get in touch with us. The zine is 7 essays, some from the perspective of people dealing with pain. Claire and I each wrote essays from that perspective. There's also 2 essays on caregiving from caregivers. So tonight we're going to hear part of Claire's essay along with an essay on caregiving and something from Emiko on from her zine, which is about chronic illness. Yeah, so correct? Yes. Sorry? Do you want to go?